It's early in the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to MAGA Minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things, front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Hum Day News, we keep it real with down-home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama Said is bringing the truth. And when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folks talking southern things, stories and sports where the good times hang. From SFP News to I Remember That, we tell it like it is, and that's a fact. Got our veteran of the week, gotta show our pride. Pets of the week, bringing love worldwide. Talking paranormal, digging true crime. Southern fried stories all the dang time. So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give them a hand? So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give them a hand?
Good morning out there in the Southern Fried Podcast Public. And all of our folks out there at Cornbread Nation, glad you are here with us this morning. Dave's running behind. Don't know where he's at this morning. So he's had a lot of stuff going on. He might be sleeping in. That'll be just fine. I got you. We're going to start this Friday off right. So I'm going to start us off with a little bit of weather this morning. Down here it's going to be in South Georgia. It's going to be a hot one. It's going to be up around 86. Got a chance for thunderstorms this evening. Same thing tomorrow, it looks like. But it's going to start cooling off a little bit tomorrow. It's going to be 80. Today's going to be 86. Tomorrow, 81. Sunday, 79. Nice cool weather coming up. We'll take that. Won't be so cool today. We'll get up there in the North Georgia area. Let's see here. If it ever pop up. It's coming. There it is. It's going to be 63 up there today. It's going to be cool. Against rain pretty much off and on throughout the day. This morning. I'm back in this afternoon, chance of thunderstorms. So y'all batten down the hatches. Be ready for that. So, well, we hope that you tuned in last night for the Cornbread Nation show. We had a ball with it. We hope the ones that tuned in did too. If you didn't, kick back over there and watch it because it's a fun one. We enjoy doing our Cornbread Nation shows. They're a little bit different probably than most other people do, but we do have fun with it. Let's see here. In the news this morning, of course, I'm I'm going to have to give some credit here to Fox News because it's where I get most of my news from. So to give Fox credit for this story, Tennessee body cam of the Maryland man traffic stop shows troopers' hands tied despite smuggling clues. This guy's here just keeps getting better and better. And this is the guy that, the Democrats are hanging their torch on. Yeah, it's got, and the more we learn about him, the more of a just outright despicable type person that he is. Put him here illegally. No, we ain't got no excuse. We got to give him due process. We got to do this. We got to do that. He was part of MS-13 and everything else. Now it turns out that he might be a human smuggler and everything else. It's just crazy. Just crazy. But this is the guy that they want to hang their hopes and dreams on. It just goes to show the idiocy involved in this sometimes. Absolute idiocy. These guys have been moved out of the country. They're not a threat to anybody anymore. They're not jumping up there on trying to take over apartments in cities. They're gone. They're gone. And guess what? Somebody ran on that to have them removed and to remove them. So that in and of itself will be, what he said he was going to do. And why are people getting so upset about this? I don't get it. And a lot of this stuff here is just absolutely idiotic. And another good one here this morning. Trump made a speech at Alabama's commencement yesterday, University of Alabama. And apparently they about tore the place down with cheers and applause when, as he was bowing to defend women's sports. Why? Does the left want to scream so much about putting men in women's sports? If you're a biological male, you got no business in women's sports. That's for women. I mean, you might identify as a woman, but the science says you're not a woman. Everybody and the left's real big. Follow the science, unless it has to do with being transgender. Why? And trying to take this away from women. And that's what it is taking it away from women and giving it to men. That's hogwash. And oh no, we can't do that. We can't. We have to give it to the boys if they want to play. No. That's not true, and that is not acceptable. What kind of man is that anyway? That would want to compete against girls, so you've got a chance to win. Is that your participation trophy? You're going to brag about that later on? See, Brusky Bear. The left forces people to believe lies. Satan is their daddy. I can agree with that. But you don't want to put that Satan label on everybody. But the blanket coverage. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't get much sleep last night. You don't want to put that Satan's daddy coverage on all of them because some of them are absolutely just misinformed. Like, you got stuff like MSNBC, you got stuff like CNN, you got all these companies out there that are just giants of media. What's the word? In their eyes, they're doing a service. They're what they are. They're just a propaganda piece for the leftist side, but oh my gosh. And people believe it. They actually believe it. Uh, they say that's real news coverage. And all they're doing is just telling people what they want to hear. And it's got very little, it's got some basis in fact, is however distorted it may be. You know, oh, you know, here's the thing. It's in this day and age, it's not so much about what the truth is. And that's sad. The truth has very little to do with anything anymore. It's what people's perceptions are. And if you have people's perceptions being that, hey, the right is this and the left is that, you know, that's their whole perception in life. And that's the only thing they only want to see views to support their opinion. And so you have people out there in networks and stuff like that that just cater to that. And their opinion pieces, oh my gosh, I hate opinion pieces. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Why do, if, in both, and legacy media and others, all of them are guilty of these constant barrage of opinion pieces and what they think. It's not so. News didn't used to be like that. It used to be, okay, well, here's what happened, and they would report on what happened. Now you can make up your own mind about what you think about that, and you can decide. But that was back when they actually gave some credit to the American people having some brain cells. They don't give that anymore. Yeah. And to be perfectly honest, most people in this country don't want to flex their brain cells when it comes to stuff like this. All they want to do is be told, be spoon fed what they should be told and what they should think and what they should do. Got to do with reality. It's just all about, you should do this. Okay, I'll just go do that. It's like lemmings walking off a cliff. Um, I just, Roski, I'm glad you're in here this morning too. Oh, there's just so much. We've taken ourselves in this country and just made like two camps. You got the left, you got the right. So you know, you can't even express an opinion anymore that's contrary to the other side. You can't. And this is America. We're supposed to have freedom of speech and stuff like that. Nah, nah. Left is perfectly fine with just shutting down free speech. You know, if it goes against what they're saying and what they think and what they believe or what they want you to believe and what they want you to think, they just try to scream you down. And I'll be honest with you, most folks on the right just ain't got the patience for it, and so they think they win. And we're like, man, you ain't changed our opinion on nothing. All you've done was just screamed and yelled. Prime example, CNN. You know, and this is reported on Fox as well. Uh, the host was forced to go to commercial after discussion descends into screaming match. It's who yells loudest, who barks loudest, who makes the most noise, who does this, who does that. Yeah, the bickering never stops. You know, so they just shut you down, and they do it by screaming louder and thumping on their chest and, oh my gosh, you're hurting my feelings. Yeah. So I just I just can't. I can't. Uh, I don't understand that. I don't. So uh 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 and so uh I don't know if y'all have seen this or not. I find it humorous. I find it laughable. Uh, uh, they had uh, 31 members of the Trinidad that they sent out. It's also known as TDA. Okay. That's been deported, kicked out. They're in a jail in another country. They're not here anymore. Okay. And uh, the Trump Department of Homeland, this is off Fox. The Trump Department of Homeland Security is slamming Rudders, whatever, for what it is calling a sob story, reporting about illegal immigrants, about illegal gang members after the outlet reported on suspected Trinidad members forming an SOS sign at a Texas detention center. And they did. They all lined up together going SOS, spelled out SOS. Yeah. You're in jail. You're here illegally. What are you SOSing about? What are you SOSing about? You were here illegally. You got caught. You're in jail. Uh, you're possible deportation. You've got a judge has ruled has got to stay on your fate. But looks like you may be going to El Salvador. You may be going to CCOT, the maximum security prison there in El Salvador. Yeah, I'd be hollering SOS too. Oh no, well, you didn't have to come here. You did not have to. You chose to. You did not have to join a gang. You chose to do that as well. You could have chose to follow our laws and rules. You chose not to. You could have, but you chose not to. Which that was pretty evident for the fact that you were here illegally. So, yes. My goodness. But now that it's coming back around on you, you're not happy about it. Imagine that. Uh, you're suffering the consequences of your actions, and nobody in this country has to deal with that. Good morning, Jake. How are you this morning? But yeah, you're facing the consequences of your actions, and nobody in this country believes that you should have consequences for your actions. You should be able to just do what you want to do, and nothing. If you break the law, oh, so what? So well, that's all good. It'll be okay. It's just me doing it. I'm, you know, I think I should be exempt from all of that. And then you get slammed with it. You get in trouble for it, and it's like, oh no, don't do that to me. It's me. Well, guess what? uh, Jake, I'll be honest with you. I don't pay much attention to Howard Stern. I didn't know he was doing that. I do not agree with that. That is not something that I support. Uh, so let's see. Let's see what I can find on that. Oh, you're gonna make me type out stuff this morning. Mm. I'm gonna try to get down there tomorrow night. I am. What's going on down there tomorrow night? I got a whole bunch of stuff that I'm trying to get going on here today. Florida's most idiotic preteens. I don't know, Jake. He may still be asleep, or he may have something else going on. I don't know. He wasn't here this morning. It's all right. I sent him a text and a call. Oh, is wrestling show tomorrow night? I'm gonna try to sneak down there too. That then I did not know about that. I thought there was. Huh? I didn't know it was a wrestling show tomorrow night. I have to check on that and see. Uh, let's see. I was trying to see. Uh, that's in. Okay. All right, Bo. That's in Georgia, Jake. Good morning, Miss Elizabeth. How are you today? Yeah. Okay. It's in Dawsonville. I knew there was one coming up in Dawsonville. I didn't know it was tomorrow night though. I might see if I can get set up and go up there and do that. Yeah. Uh, yeah. It's fun. It's a good show. I am barely kicking this morning, to be honest. I didn't get no sleep last night, but that's okay. Uh, one of them nights. Uh, and Dave's not here this morning, so I don't know what's up with Dave. Uh, but that's all right. We got this morning. I think we actually have taken that one down for now, Jake. I'll see if it's on here. Um, no, I can't. It's down for right now, Jake. I think we ended up playing that one a whole bunch, and we may have taken it down just to get off that one for a little while. I'm not sure if it's going to be the last show in Dawsonville. It's going to be the last one at the Malcolm Gym. They're demolishing it soon. Oh yeah, that's true. That's because they're going out to they built the new school. They're working on building it. Uh, wow. I drove past that new school out there in Dawsonville. It looks nice. On my way out to the lake the other day. So, uh, let's see here. I was looking for. Now I've lost it now. Oh, and then you have, yeah, you know, you have Whitmer, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. She's about as two faced as they come. She is another one of these entitled type persons. Uh, Whitmer sounds off on Trump's constitutional crisis day after diplomatic appearance with him. So, uh, they're already hollering all kind of junk. No one is above the law, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, a potential 2028 presidential hopeful, says President Donald Trump. I have a feeling that Gretchen Whitmer is Kamala 2.0. Uh, said that the U.S. is in a constitutional crisis after appearing alongside President Donald Trump in Michigan on his 100th day as president. Well, you go to arrest. In my defense, okay. You go to a wrestling show and you complain about it being loud. What? Really? Come on now. Yeah, it's too loud. You need to turn the volume down. Well, number one, I wasn't the one that needed to turn the volume down. I wasn't there doing that. Well, where's the person at? I don't know. We'll go talk to them over there. Grouchy. Mm, you know, there probably will be. There usually is. And they make good marks though. Uh, mm, uh, uh, we have somebody asked Whitmer in a social media post if the U.S. is in a constitutional crisis. This is one day after she greeted Trump on the tarmac in Michigan. Before his speech, he was talking to the National Guard members up there. We are. I think no one is above the law. The thought that we've got an administration that is just blatantly violating court orders should, I think, scare everybody. This is a very serious moment. My aching behind. The constitutional crisis, we just got over that with 4 years worth of it. Uh, Democrat, and they all say the same thing. They don't have an original thought amongst them. You get stuff like, you know, they've all been calling it a constitutional crisis since Trump returned to the White House. You know, it's a constitutional crisis. It's a constitutional crisis. We can't have boys and girls sports. That's a constitutional crisis. They're kicking out illegal aliens, the people that are here illegally. That's a constitutional crisis. They're trying to balance the trade deficits and make it a more level playing field. That's a constitutional crisis. They're trying to cut government spending, government waste, government fraud. Oh, that's a constitutional crisis. What the heck? What the heck? So trying to fix problems and trying to do things that you ran on to uh, get elected, and you're trying to do what you said you were going to do, that's a constitutional crisis. You're doing what the American people voted for. That's a constitutional crisis. Broski, you might be onto something there. It says it's a constitutional crisis because there's still a constitution. Tarts probably want to get rid of the Constitution and give the country away. Well, yeah, it seems like that is exactly what they want to do. And I don't understand how there's still liberals out there and people still voting for them. Look at the wrecks they've made of the big cities. Look at the wreck they've made of California. I mean, they have to stand. You have to, as a politician, you should have to stand on your record, right? Right. So their actions and the results of their actions tend to be speaking for themselves here. I mean, every place they go, they destroy, they kill. It seems like. I mean, look at California. Look at Detroit. Look at Baltimore. Look at these places. Look at Chicago. Look at who wants? Look at Washington D.C. Crime is rampant there. I mean, come on. That's our nation's capital. You know. Yeah. Look at what they've done, and that's what people are voting for. You're voting for more of the same stuff, and I don't understand that. But I am going to say this. We've started a campaign on here to encourage people to go out and vote in your local elections. That's where you're going to make the most difference. I mean, everybody wants to go, well, I voted for president. Well, you know what? The local elections are just important. And the result and the people voting turnout for that is absolutely ridiculous. You know, it is so low. People, these local elections affect you directly. Why wouldn't you vote in those? Come on, get out there, vote. Vote every time you can. Let your voice be heard. Don't let somebody else speak for you. This is your chance to be heard. Broski says, Billy takes the cake right now. It's on a different level. Yes. Yeah. Go walk around there on a dark night and yeah. But this is what they run on. This is what they want to turn the country into. You know, I mean, they're showing it. They're showing what they want to turn the country into, and that's not a positive thing that they're trying to do. It's the exact opposite. It's just tearing us down, breaking us down a little bit at a time. And now they're not trying to do a little bit of time. They're trying to go ahead and drive the nails in the coffin lid. You know, they all. Here's something I don't understand. Okay, you're gonna bitch and gripe about somebody trying to fix the problem. Okay, you're gonna be all, well, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be that way. You should do this. You should do that. Yeah, but you've offered no other solution to fix the problem. Every and I hear a lot. Oh, they're just fuming mad at Doge. Oh, we're just mad, mad, mad. Oh, it's a constitutional crisis. Oh, every politician in the last who knows how many years has voted and ran on. I'm going to cut government spending. We're going to shrink the government. We're going to look. We're going to lower. We're going to get the government less involved and da da da. And then they get up there and they don't. Nothing's accomplished. They don't accomplish it. So we got Doge. Doge is accomplishing stuff. Oh, that's a constitutional crisis. Don't do that. No, no, no. Don't. It's okay to run on that and say you're going to do it, but it's not okay to actually do it. Morning, Miss Jennifer. How are you? So, I mean, there's some crazy, crazy stuff going on. And you know, sorry, they got me up on my soapbox this morning, just a little bit. You know, yeah. It's a beautiful day, though. It's Friday. It's going to be a good weekend. And I hope everybody out there can enjoy your weekend. Uh, so, eh, trying to get up. Me too. I'm trying to get up, coffee up, pray up, all that kind of stuff. And I have not had enough coffee yet today. Of course, sleep last night, so it's going to be all right. Mm. And don't know where Dave's at this morning. He's had a long, long week. He might be sleeping in. It would not. He probably needs it, and I'm not going to begrudge him that for no stretch of the imagination. So, all right. So, Whitmer is the top of my list this morning. I'm going to move her down though, because there's other stuff that we probably ought to talk about. This is a really, really good one here. Sorry, I'm soapboxing this thing pretty hard this morning, but that's okay. All right. This guy. He's a guy. He's a guy. Name's Owen McIntyre. Has been accused, the spring breaker, accused of torching two Tesla Cybertrucks in Missouri. Oh, Brodsky just made his coffee. Oh, as accused of torching two Tesla Cybertrucks in Missouri, has been released from federal custody after his lawyer argued that remaining in jail would disrupt ongoing sex change treatment. Since when does voluntary surgery or voluntary self-mutilation, whatever you want to call it, I'll make it okay for you not to be your butt in jail when you're accused of doing stuff like this? It might disrupt it, but it's not going to make it to where you can't do it. I mean, it's so if you I mean, it's an act of terrorism. I mean, we've already figured that out. Uh, used a homemade incendiary device to ignite two of the electric vehicles on March 17th. He faces charges of unlawful possession of an unregistered destructive device and malicious damage to property by fire. Um, his public defender argued that his client is a college student with no prior criminal record with well-documented medical and mental health needs, including autism, spectrum disorder, ADHD, depression, and gender dysphoria. All right, now wait a minute. If you're already suffering from gender dysphoria and you're going to go through a sex change, then why are they allowing us gender reassignment for somebody that suffers from gender dysphoria? It would seem to me that that is a medical condition type thing, mental condition that should preclude you from going through this. Ugh. Broski said, I never liked Elon Musk and became friends with Trump, and that's fine. But I don't support electric cars or his Neuralink stuff either. Yeah, I'm not real big on that. I'm not a big supporter of electric cars. I don't even like the way those Cybertrucks look. But, they make them, people buy them. There's a market for them. Got no problem with people buying them. If that's what you want, go for it. Not for me. Says, I like what he's doing with Doge, but I'm not all of a sudden going to be some happy-go-lucky, jolly-molly Elon fan. Yeah. I'm going to say that I do like what he's doing with Doge. A lot of the stuff is amazing, but he still has a right to exist. Dave and I were talking about this the other night, and if we as on the right acted the way that they do on the left, if we went out there and we said, hey, when you see those people out there, you need to hammer them, you need to make a crowd, you need to harass them or whatever. Oh, there would be so much screaming and gnashing of teeth and pounding on chest. But you don't really hear nothing from the left about these people going out and burning up these trucks and stuff. You don't hear about that. There's no problem there. I mean, Elon. He's a bazillionaire, whatever you want to call it. So, for sure, people shouldn't be able to get away with crimes such as vandalizing his cars. I'm all about holding people accountable. And yeah, people ought to be accountable for their actions. It's like this guy here, went out there and burned it. Oh no, I can't be in jail. I have to have my gender reassignment surgery or treatments or whatever. That's just, and it already says that they suffer from gender dysphoria. So why are they allowing this to continue on a section or gender reassignment? I don't. There's a whole lot there I'm just not getting. So, yes, some lefties think what they're doing is right. Some know it's evil. Either way, it's inspired by Satan. I stand by that. You might very well be right. There's a lot that's going on in this world today that. Do you remember? All right, I'm gonna get biblical here just a brief second. In the Bible, it says in Revelations, and good will be called evil, and evil will be called good. Kind of at that stage right now, we're already saying that, and look, everybody knows where Dave stands. Everybody knows, I think, where I stand on this. Like on abortion, I think it's the killing of an unborn child. You can call it whatever you want. It should not be used as a form of birth control. That should be taken care of beforehand. There are plenty of ways to control that beforehand. Now, there are extreme circumstances, incest, rape, nobody's wanting to take that away. I still think it's a child and it's a person. I still think it's murder. But, you know, how many people call that a good thing? How many people out there call that a good thing? No, it's not. Not in my opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. In my opinion, it's not a good thing. Going out and destroying other people's property. That's a good thing. Oh, yeah, look, they're really making a statement. They're going out there and they're doing this and doing that. No, you're destroying what somebody else's. That's wrong. You know, that's not a good thing. Well, we should make everybody think what we think and get out there. And if you don't agree with us, then you're a Nazi or you're a fascist or you're this or you're that. You're racist. You know, that's another thing in the Bible about bearing false witness. You don't know that person. How can you say that? You don't know me. But because I might support some beliefs that you don't, you automatically think that gives you the right and the entitlement to make a snap decision on me. No, you don't know me. All right. I don't know you. You know. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Amen there, Brosky. Thank you for pulling that one up. No, that's where we're at now. I mean, and so, you know, you talk about Satan, you know, Satan's been doing this for a while. And the biggest thing I do believe, and I've believed this for a while. Sorry, I had to get some water coffee there before I continue on this one. All right. I think one of the biggest things was with the swaying of the American people has been the TV in the house. Oh, everybody's got to have a TV. That's fine. What that did was that opened the door for Satan to get his claws in into the living room, in front of the house, in front of the family. I firmly believe that these legacy media and stuff like that has become a mouthpiece, basically, for the leftist agenda is, I hate to even say it, but I mean, as I feel like, you know, I feel almost silly saying it sometimes, but, you know, it's let Satan right into our home. And I feel like they're pushing his agenda. I really do. Let's look at it. All right, they're pro-abortion. They don't really give a crap about obeying the laws of your land. They're not about free speech. They'd censor every one of us if they could. It's I mean, lies, twisting, distorting the truth. You know, it's supposed to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. They don't believe in that. That's for sure. You know, there's just their opinions. It's all about screaming and yelling loud enough to cover you up. If they're the loudest, they win. But it's supposed to be based on what's right and what's wrong. And oh, well, we're not a Christian nation. Well, we were founded on Christian beliefs and Christian rules, and you know, it's the abominization of a nation, turning it into giant lawless ghetto where criminals rule, where Christianity is prosecuted. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like we're on a quick track there. And that's sad. You know, it shouldn't be that way. And it is absolutely sad that we're there. But that's where we're at in this day and age. Sorry, my co-host here was just up there on my knee. Where'd he go? Those of you who are tuning in out there this morning who haven't met my co-host, well, come here. Yeah. Oh, now he's going to walk off. Now he's going to come back. Come here. Here's my little co-host this morning. Here's my little buddy. Oh, get on up here. Oh, you're gonna say hi to everybody. Oh, get up there, say hi. Oh, there he is. Poor fat kitty cat. Yep, it's the kitty cat. Oh, poor fat kitty cat. Oh, he's very happy right now. He got the purrs going. Y'all can't hear him, but he sure is loud this morning. Now get up there a little higher where folks can see you, little fat self. He is very just, it's an abomination in the abomination. Well, I would like to. I don't think that you can really put all that on him. Don't worry. Don't get me wrong. I think that was where a lot of it was, but I think this will be getting there for a while. I think he was probably one of the more divisive people that have ever led this country. Um, I mean, we were getting to a point in this country where we just didn't care about white, black, green, yellow. We didn't care what you were or who you are, and some of us still don't. Uh, uh, in this country, if you want to go out and say that rock is God and I'm going to worship it, you can do it. Okay. If you want to go out there and say, all right, I got this mental image of some big burly lumberjack going into the doctor and going, "Hey doc, I think I'm a woman trapped in a man's body. I want you to fix that down there and just make me a woman." Big bearded lumberjack. Well, that's scary thought. Yeah, that I agree with. I'd rather have less government interference than more. That's for sure. Absolutely. But if you want to go out and you let yourself like that, that's your business. Go for it. If you want to do whatever, I mean, it's you. If you want to go out and marry a guy, you want to go out and marry a woman, it's your business. It's your business. I don't care. It ain't none of mine. All right. But there again, what's my business is my business too. But just didn't care, And then all of a sudden, we care about it. We were told we had to. All right, you've got to use 5,000 different pronouns. Not doing it. I'm not doing it. If you look like a man, I'm calling you sir. If you look like a woman, I'm calling you ma'am. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry. But if I think, now, if you come back through and say, well, I prefer to be called her. Okay. If I remember it, I'll call you her. If I don't, get off me. I'm trying. If you're an adult, it's your business. I disagree with it, but don't start forcing your satanic beliefs on me or on kids. Yeah. And the fact that the government is wanting to assume so much control over education, to me, is a massive signal that all this time that we've been talking about using schools is more for indoctrination than teaching. Look where we're at on the worldwide scale on education. We're like number 40 and we spend more per student. All right. So we're spending more per kid by a lot. So we're number 40. What are they doing with them? Are they really teaching them reading, writing, and arithmetic, or are they teaching them sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns? Oh well, we DEI stuff. There's when you got to teach kids, there's about 5,000 different pronouns and the correct usage of them and everything else. Come on, guys. Yeah. Get reading homosexual books and obscene stuff. There have been, in most books, there's been homosexuality in, not most, but in some books. There's probably some in every library out there. Okay. Nobody cares. But don't force it down somebody's throat. Don't use that to teach our kids about it. Don't use that, if it's pornographic. I mean, there's some graphic stuff out there for kids. They don't need that. And as a country, we shouldn't support it. I mean, why are we wanting to teach kids about this? Drag Queen story time. That's another one. Oh my gosh. So at such a young age, at an age where they can be heavily influenced by anybody from the outside, they're being taught that it's good to be trans. Uh, if you're an adult and that's what you choose to be, that's your business. Okay, fine. You go out there, you wear your dress and whatever. I don't care. But I don't want impressionable children being taught that this is the norm or this is what you have to do. I know a bunch of girls growing up that were tomboys, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they wanted to become boys. I knew some kids growing up, some guys growing up that, were more effeminate. But that doesn't mean that they wanted to be girls. This whole thing of, oh, well, we have to, I am who I am, and you must call me what I think I am. And if I recognize as a cat and my pronoun is meow, I want you to call me meow. Well, I'm gonna tell you right, meow. I'm probably not gonna do that, meow. Yeah, it just but there needs to be some common sense applied, and we've lost all ability to reason. So students have fallen behind in math and science. They aren't teaching anyone financial responsibility or it's entrepreneurship in school either. They aren't learning trades either. Amen. All right. I know we all had to learn how to write checks when I was in school. Now, I know checks have kind of fallen to the wayside. Everybody has their card now. But there are people, do they still teach these basic things? Making a budget, do they still teach these things? How to balance a checking account. They still teach this stuff? It don't seem like they are. And as far as financial responsibility, what that boils down to now for this up and coming generation is I'm going to go get a bunch of credit cards and I'm going to get what I want now. And I'm going to run this credit card slap up through the roof, just as high as I can get it. And then I'm going to spend the rest of my life paying off a stupid credit card debt, or I'm going to file bankruptcy on it or whatever. And then I go start it all over again. That is not financial responsibility. It's not. As far as learning trades in school, they need to bring that back big time. Not everybody wants to go to college. Not everybody should go to college. There needs to be ways to the courses in school. I know when I was in school, we had auto mechanics class, we had shop class, like construction type class. We had the BOAG class. I mean, we had a lot of stuff in there in our school where you could start laying good groundwork on learning how to learn other trades. I mean, it's just a very farmer heavy area down here. There's a lot of ag work, and ag work involves a whole lot of different crafts. I mean, if you're going to be a farmer in this day and age, you better know how to do basic mechanical skills on your tractor, number one. You better know how to figure out how much fertilizer you're going to need. You better know how much seed you're going to need. So there's some math involved there. You better know how to fix a fence or whatever, like construction work. You better know how to weld in case something breaks. You need to put it back together. I mean, there's a need for this. So, just basic entrepreneurship too, how to set up an LLC and its benefits, how to work for yourself, run your own business, basic management, basic accounting too. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, I mean, if little Johnny decides he wants to go out there and cut some grass over the summer, provide a service, you know, uh, he's got to be able to figure up, all right, now I've got to have a lawnmower. He already has a lawnmower, probably using daddy's, you know, but he's got to pay for gas, oil, and maintenance and upkeep on that mower. You got to figure all that into your cost, but they don't know that. They just say, okay, I'm going to charge you $20 to cut your yard or $50 or whatever. And then they go through and they realize, wait a minute, I just did all that work and I'm going to get about $10 here because I got to go get more gas. I got to go do this. I got to go do that. Yeah, they don't think about that. And little Johnny needs to make money because little Johnny needs to get a car because his dumb self needs to be out there bothering people on the road. Little Johnny, you get out there, you earn your money. You get out there on that road. All right. I'm glad to see them. I love to see youngins being out there and being ambitious, and I like to see it. Getting a porch built here at my place, and the guy that's doing it is his son is doing really well with it, helping him. And I'm glad to see it. Have a good day. Are you leaving there, Jenny? We're not be leaving too fast. The show ain't over yet. We still got 30 minutes. Let's see here. Well, I think probably though, if people can pay attention enough and look around enough and see stuff for what it is. Oh, okay. Well, I don't recommend getting Taco Bell before you take the kids to school. That's the quickest way I know to get gas. I'll hear about that later. All right, so people pay attention, and look and compare what these guys are saying. What do you mean stop? If you will compare what these guys are saying versus what they're doing, okay, they talk about tolerance. We're the party of tolerance. As long as you agree with them, they're the party of tolerance. As long as you do what they say and how they say to do it, they're the party of tolerance. Otherwise, they are not. They're the party of screaming and yelling and the gnashing of teeth. As long as you do everything their way, then they're the party of tolerance. So their words and their actions aren't meshing up. Words and actions have to mesh up, and they don't. So as y'all are going through the day out there, take a look around. There's hypocrisy out there everywhere. So let's point it out. It's not going to hurt nothing. Let's get it out there. Let's get the word out, and let's see it and call it out for what it is. It's hypocrisy. Rules for me, rules for thee, but not for me. Come on. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, I hope all of y'all have a great Friday. Get out there, get through this day. Hey, Broski, you have a great day too. Thank you for being on this morning. You too, Miss Jennifer. Everybody else that's on, hey, I appreciate it. Miss Elizabeth, wherever you're at, if you're still in here, y'all have a great day. Get out there and enjoy it. Hey, enjoy your weekend. It's coming up. Summertime's here. It's getting really warm outside. It's just getting nicer and nicer. So, hope y'all have a great day and give y'all a great old big salute. Now, God bless you. And we will see y'all this evening. Y'all have a great day.
Well, it's early in the morning. Grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm. Let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to MAGA minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things. Front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Hump Day News, we keep it real with down home views.